Hello, this is Sabina at CUTE Crafts. The idea for today's card just came to me when I thought, what can I create that doesn't take too long? I'm a bit of a rush because I'm going away for a few days, but I don't want you to miss out on Wednesday's video. So I thought, what can I make? And yeah, somehow it just hit me and I thought, yeah, that'll be a quick card and easy to make. And I'm not telling you yet what we're making, but I'll show you what I'm using. I need some cardstock in green and any other colour of your liking that can hold a little bit of, well, I want to score it quite a few times, so you need a little bit of weight for this. And the paper or the cardstock I'd first picked, I thought that might not be sturdy enough, and then I remembered I have got this. And these are the pouches from the Paper Craft Society Advent Calendar from last year. And I've all kept all these. Some of them I actually used last year in my cards I made. But this one will be perfect. So what I'm doing with the green one to start with, I'm just taking my pencil and I'm just drawing on this like a longish shape with a round top coming down like this. You can even extend it to the bottom, and I'm just going to cut that with my scissors. And it doesn't have to be perfect. A little bit like the last card we made, we don't need dies for everything, so there's just a little bit of guidance. I'll tell you what, I'll cut these bits off first because then it'll be easier for me to cut the shape. So just going inside the pencil line so I don't need to erase anything afterwards. Trying to get a good curve without any corners. You can make this wider if you want to. You'll see in a moment what we're making. There we go. I'm happy with that shape. This tiny little thing that I need to cut off. Sometimes it's easier to turn it over. There we go. So now I have got a silicone mat here. You need any sort of mat that gives you a little bit of, you know, when you emboss on it, that will give way a little bit. I don't know what that is now, the stain just came off my finger. So, and I'm just using my score tool, and I'm going to place a score line in the middle. I will give it a tiny little curve, but not too much. And I will just enforce that a little bit. So I'll just lift that up so you can see what I'm doing. So, and then I'm just going a little bit on the side here from the top, and I'm putting one in a little bit further away and going down like this. Again, I want to force it just a little bit more. Once you've done it, it's easy to stay within that score line. And I will do one more next to that bit, but going further out there. And now I'm doing the same on the other side. Just testing around. So there, going it out a little bit further in the middle at the wider bit, and then coming back to the top there. And one more. Doesn't have to be precise, as long as you sort of come in a little bit. Can you guess what we're making? We are making a cactus. So I've just gone off a little bit here, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, and if you wanted to, you could put the thorns in, but mine will be a thornless cactus. So, and then we need a little plant pot for this to sit in. I'm just measuring the height so that I know how deep I want the plant pot to be. I think I'm just need one of these flaps. So, and I will just eyeball this. I want a certain width, and I'm cutting this at an angle. So to get the same angle on this side, I will just use this bit here, turn it over. It should work. I will cut it the right way, because that should be the same angle. Let me just check whether that was the same angle on this side. Yeah, so if I place this on here like this, obviously this wasn't straight on the side, but I could get the same angle. So if you've got straight sides again, just turn it over and you get the same angle there. So I think I will actually leave the fold line there that I've got there. That looks quite nice actually to me. So, and all I want there, just thinking whether I want some lines there as well. I might just do a few more across. And for that I've got my ruler here. So I'll just do a few parallel lines there, just to give it a little bit of shape. Just like that. If you wanted to, you could put a curve in this, give it a little bit of dimension, but I think I will just stay like this and leave it as a two-dimensional plant pot. So, as I said, very simple. I might have to cut it down a little bit because there's a little bit of wide cardstock showing, because these have got a wide core. No, I think it's okay. What I'm tempted to do though is cut this straight here. I think that would look better. Can you see what I did there? Tell you what, I cut it from that score line actually. I think that would look better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks quite natural. So I'm going to get my card base ready. As I said, it's a really, really simple card. One more thing I will quickly do off camera as well is to die cut a flower to sit here at the top, and I will cut it from the same red cardstock, and I will also cut 2 circles out of white cardstock because I would like my cactus to have some eyes. In the end I decided not to use my circle punch because that would have been too small, so I decided to die cut some bigger circles in white and then smaller ones in black to go on top to make really, really big eyes. So let me just measure these for you. This one's 1.5 inches and that one is just over 3/4. So I think that would be really, really cool. I've also used my ordinary hole punch to die cut two little circles out of yellow to form the centers of the flowers. I've created 2 flowers. I'm not sure yet whether I will use them both, but if I don't use it on the outside of the card, it can always go on the inside. So to assemble my card, I've got here my 5x7 card base. This is a shopboard one, and at first I thought about sticking this down flat, but I think this can actually do with a bit of shape. So I'm just using my scoring tool and I'm just rolling that over it. You can also use a pencil, anything is fine, just to give it a little bit of a curve. It will shape a little bit because you've got the score lines in there as well. Just want a little bit of a shape, can you see? And what I will do is I will put some foam tape just in the middle. And I've got only got the thin one here at the moment, but that'll be fine because this needs using up. And this will sort of lift the middle up, and then I can glue the sides down just with ordinary glue, and then this will hold its shape. So I'm sticking this down first before I attach the plant pot here, and I'm just using my magic glue. I know this is like a shimmer or coated cardstock, but I think it should be okay. So I'm not putting any glue here because that will stand up and not have any contact with the card anyway. So I'm just placing this in the middle. Well, I thought it was a middle, it's not now, it doesn't matter. I'm just pressing this down here, and then I've got the nice shape here with the foam tape. Could have maybe left the foam tape a bit shorter and stuck the top down, but As I said, it doesn't matter. So now we'll do the same with the plant pot here. So I'm just shaping this just a little bit, and I will put, I've already got the foam tip underneath here, so we'll just put a tiny bit there at the bottom. I might even put it that way or that way. No, I'll just put it this way. So, and then I will put glue again on the edges here. Oh, I can even put glue in the middle because that will adhere to the cactus there. I'm trying to get this one straight, making sure the cactus sits in there nicely. This one doesn't want to adhere. Wondering why that didn't put enough glue there. Oops. Just using my release paper just to take that glue off a little bit before it dries. I might have to hold this down for a moment and I'll switch the camera off whilst it's drying. So I think the plant pot is wonky, I'm not sure, but never mind, it's not too bad. Sometimes these things happen. So I can now glue the eyes on, but just placing the flowers at the top there so I know where to place these, whether I want them higher or lower. I think I just go in the middle there. And I'm not putting any glue too much to the edges because I've got this stitched die and the glue would just ooze out. So if you've got a wider cactus, you can put them further apart. And I'll have a little play with this, what I want, whether I want it to look like this, or like this, or could move them like this. Loads of things to do. I quite like this actually. I'd go for that. If you wanted to, you could put a little bit of white Posca pen on there, on the black. But I think I just leave it like this. Pressing it down as much as I can with the foam in the middle. So making sure it adheres properly. So, and then all I need to do is adhere the flowers. I think I will put both on. Might have a bit too much glue again. So I'm trying to take it off whilst it's still wet. It dries clear, but it leaves a bit of a shine, so I try not to show that too much. Could have used my zig glue if I wanted to, but never mind. Yeah, that's definitely too much. And well, actually, that's another little tip. Take a bit of cardstock, just stamp it off like that, and that sometimes gets the glue off as well. So, and what I might do here as well, because I've got the dimension on the card anyway, is just to put one on foam, on a little foam pad, so that I can layer them. I don't want to go over the edge because I know that the card reaches the maximum of the envelope and I don't want to have to create another envelope. Again, way too much glue. That comes from trying to rush this card. So I'm just finding a little glue dot, or I just cut a little bit off of this. Tell you what I'll do with this as well is fold the petals down a little bit. I could have done that with that, but it doesn't matter now. So I'm trying to overlap them a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think the the cactus needs a little mouth. And because I've got the score line, I don't want to draw on this. If I had thought about it, I could have done that before I did the scoring. So I will just cut this from my scrap here. I've already got the curve here from the circle die. I could use the same circle die and cut it again, but what I will actually do is just cut this by hand. So let me just put this all the way and zoom in a little bit. You can see what I'm doing. So I'm basically following that line there. It's a bit fiddly now. Going in again. So once I've done that, I can cut in from the other side. Hope you can see what I'm doing. It's a bit difficult with a black cardstock and it's very fiddly. Come in a little bit here and try to do it equally on both sides. Cut this straight as well here. So let me just show you what I've done. So again, it's a little bit wonky, but that doesn't matter because that gives a little cheeky smile. And you can move it to the side if you want to, have it in the middle there, have it a little bit in an angle if it's a cheeky one. So I will actually get my glue pen out for that because it's so tiny. So I'm getting my tweezers, if I can find them. There they are. Because it's so delicate, don't want my finger in the way when I'm placing it down. This way I can hold it in place until I've decided where I want it. It's also quite handy, the mouth, actually, to fill this space. And again, it adds to the character. I want it this way around, this way around. Placing it down like this. There we go. A cute cactus card. So I'm tempted to add a sentiment, maybe across here or going across there, but I have a quick look in my stash what I have and what I fancy. I have picked this new sentiment stamp set from Crafters Companion. Well, it's new to me. I showed you that in my recent haul, and I've picked this Have a Lovely Day. But I thought I would stamp it on white, and I cut myself a white oval because I decided to put it onto the plant pot after all. But I felt like I needed to pick up that yellow, so I die cut the oval in yellow, but I actually stamped it first and then arranged the die cut. I thought that would be easier than trying to get the stamp exactly in. Also, the die has got a slight rim here or edge, and it's tricky to stamp on that. So, and I think this would be lovely just on the bottom here, and then that picks up the yellow really nicely. So all I need to do now is to glue this down. Again, I'm just using my magic glue. And then I'm trying to get this straight, even if the pot's not straight. And then this Have a Lovely Day, I can use it again for many occasions, which I like to do. So yeah, I think this is a very cheerful card, a nice idea, something you can easily do with any of your scraps. You could even use pattern cardstock if you want to do that. Yeah, I think this is really cute, and it's got a bit of dimension to it, which is lovely as well. Yeah, and if you like this card too, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you soon with another video.